guys, good afternoon, almost good evening, and Happy New Year on this New Year's Eve. Can you believe it? It's here. We're going into 25, all kinds of changes coming your way. And I wanted to make a quick drop-off video for you on New Year's Eve to tell you, first and foremost, give me a hug. Second of all, I want to tell you how proud I am of you. Okay, for those of you that have been here, whether you've been here just a day or two, whether you've been here 5 years, a year, almost 11, for those of you that are doing your best for yourself and your family, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. You are the ones that always make the difference. Never forget that. So there's several things I want to talk about, and I've kind of debated this today because, like you, well, we're going to go see my Nana. We're getting wild on New Year's Eve, okay? We're going to go see my Nana here in a little bit, and I got to go get some new dog collars for Bruce and Yona, the big Pyrenees puppies. They are busting out of the mediums. They need large now. So we're getting into the large, and then we'll graduate to the extra large, I'm sure. So they're growing like weeds, y'all. And then little Eli, I will update you real quick. I need to do a video. I've got old footage on my other phone. Remember, I just got this new phone camera, I told James, I said, I didn't transfer some footage of Eli the day we got him. So I'm going to try to do that the next couple of days if I can get to it. I've got to transfer that over because I want to do just an exclusive little video on him. But here was the goal. Real quick, let me say this. The goal was to get Eli up to the barn by this past weekend. And because we've had a crazy schedule and there's some things we have to do to shift around to make him work for his adjustment. Well, now that we know that this potential polar vortex is coming within the next week, which actually, this is why I'm filming in the car. Because yesterday and today have been partly sunny, in the 60s and beautiful. Tonight we start falling off the map. In other words, tomorrow morning when we wake up, it's going to be about 24 or something like, we're going to be in the 20s. We're going to be below freezing starting tomorrow morning. And then, or maybe we'll be a little bit higher. Maybe we're like 28. I'm getting my days confused, but here's what I do know. After tonight, every morning going forward, it gets low. I mean, we go from like the high 20s to 30, then 25 to 20. I mean, we're going to be cold. And then as the days move forward over the next week, starting tomorrow, we bounce above freezing, like the high 30s, 37, 40. And then that's all we're going to do. So we've been working our tails off. And I told James, I said, we can't predict what's going to come within the next week. As far as this cold front winter blast or whatever the heck it's going to be, I don't want a new puppy up in the barn. I know he's a Great Pyrenees. I know he's tough, but he's going to be by himself. He's not going to be, he's going to be acclimating to the barn and to Enoli and all of that. So therefore, I know you're going to say you're just trying to keep him in the house. Well, just a little bit longer, but that's not really the reason. It really truly is. I don't want a new puppy, even though he's 10 plus weeks. I don't want him up in the barn in a stall, acclimating with the rest of everybody. And it's, 15 degrees outside. That's kind of not what I want to do. So I'm kind of playing that by ear. So I was going to have that video up. It's not ready because that's not what we've done yet. So that's why you're seeing that. So anyway, so let's talk about a few things real quick. Happy New Year to you. I hope you're going to be wild and crazy tonight on the couch like me by 7 to 8 o'clock, something like that. Once everybody's tucked in the barn, everybody's safe. I'm in my pajamas. It's going to be crazy with a Clearly Canadian. I bought Blackberry because it's going to get wild. Well, James and I will be slobbering and asleep before 10. I bet you money, okay? Unless I get involved with some ancestry, which is what I hope to do. So anyway, let's be blunt here. I'm not going to make a big deal about it, but I do think you need to know if you don't. This came out yesterday morning. I did see it. I believe Newsweek may have been the first, I don't know, to break this story. And I've read that. And then there have been a couple other folks that I follow that have talked about it. I'm just going to cut to the chase. So Trump is basically warning about a 1929 style depression. This is no insult to him, but duh, and well, give me a double duh. Dunk me with the duh, baby. Okay? Guys, we've been talking about this for a long time, and I don't mean to sit here and say, I've been saying this for 10 years. You get tired of hearing people say that junk, I know. I've been sitting here for 5 years saying it. I know, I have, but, I mean, it is what it is. Either you believe it or you don't. And there's different ways to look at this scenario. I took the news article that I just told you about. Go look on Newsweek. That's one of the articles. That's the first one I saw. I sent it to several people that I know. People that listen to me. They don't prep as hard as obviously we do, or talk like we do, at least openly. But they know what's going on. But yet I don't think that they're preparing as hard as they should. I mean, everybody should be doing the best they can every day. And that's different levels for every person. So the funny thing is I got phone calls back. I didn't get texted back. I got phone calls back. And it kind of freaked them out. Not in a bad way. I think it was sort of like, do you know when you have those moments, it's like that mom moment, like where you've been telling your kid something for years and they fight you about it, or they argue about it, or they ignore you about it. And finally, it's like one day they come back and go, you were right. I had a you were right type moment twice last night. So here's what I think's going on. And I'm just going to be honest with you and blunt, but short. I think he's just pretty much, whether you think he's in on something, or whether you think something is deliberate, or whether you think it is like me, partially at least, he knows they're going to pin it on him. Okay. We've been talking about this for months. Here's that moment. Oh my gosh, here she goes again, trying to claim it and take the trophy. We've been talking about that for a long time. I said months ago and I did say fear, but my concern is that, number one, I told you he's going to win the election, whether he takes office or not, which, by the way, we're still watching to see, okay? Right, baby? Right, baby? We're watching everything going on. I said he's going to technically win. Whether he takes office or not, due to whatever shenanigans, that has yet to be seen. But if he takes office, the economy is likely to be yanked. That's my opinion and my concern. They've been propping you up with toothpicks, baby. Okay, we call them tooth jabbers. Do you know what I'm talking about? The gummy tooth jabbers. I've got them right here in my, look here. Let me show you what your economy has been propped up on for God knows how long. Okay? That's what you've been looking like. Just go ahead and stick them all in there, because that's what the economy looks like, darling, okay? Stick it in the front or here, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. This is what's holding you up. You know it, whether you want to admit it or not. Nobody in their right minds thinks that we're in a good place, okay? So, long story short, I think he's telling us. And I've said to you even before I told you even before the election, I said, listen, it could get really bad really quick, because the economy is all of our weak points. That's how we make our house payments. That's how we buy our food. That's how we have jobs. We have to have a working economy, and people have to have jobs. Well, you throw us into a depression that isn't looking good. And by the way, no offense to anybody out there, you know this already because you guys are smarter than me. Anybody that thinks we're going to have a 1929 style depression that's the nicest way. Pray for that, okay? Just like I'm talking about this storm coming in next week, and I had seen if anybody wants to argue with me about the temperatures, because I had like 3 people today try to argue with me about it's not going to get that cold. I hope you're right, baby doll. Come here. Hug me. Love me. Let me love you. I hope you're right. I don't want it to get, I want it to stay 55 degrees and sunny till May, okay? But that's probably not going to be reality. So somebody said, you're wrong. I'm not a weatherman, and I don't make the predictions. I just told you what I saw. And I did see one model said Choctaw Nation. If y'all want to go argue with the Choctaw, go on over there and do it. I'm going to pop and eat the popcorn while you do that. They put out a weather model of potentials, and one of them showed my region as negative 13. I'm not taking a risk whether it's 30, 20, 10, 0, negative 50. I'm going to keep prepping like I am, just like when I've said about a Great Depression, you're in one. If they took away the EBT cards, and if they took away our credit cards, your mamaw did not have that in 1929. Okay? Look at society and debit cards that are being used, how much money from your accounts are being used for life in general. But not only that, what people are doing with credit cards, loans, taking out loans against just to get by. I mean, I'd like to sit here and say, Betty Jane went out there and she took out a credit card to buy a Fendi purse today. There's my Fendi purse. We got to wrap Fendi up in it again today. No, a lot of times people are, buy now, pay later. All of this is, guys, it's a broken record. But somebody's telling you, okay? And you can have your, at the end of the day, you can have your thoughts as far as, okay, well, he's in on this and he's this and you're that. You can have your opinion on anybody about anything you want. I get it. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm not interested in it. What I'm interested in is the fact that you realize no matter what, how bad of a predicament the economy is in. And then, Happy New Year. Here's where you come in. Here's where I come in. We come in together. What are we going to do about it? Well, the first thing that we need to do is make sure that we're taking care of ourselves first. This is why I tell you, I don't have a pay channel. I don't have a membership. You don't have to send me anything. Don't send me $1. Guys, my number one dream is for you to take care of yourself and for you to be successful. I'm not worried about, I don't need somebody to take care of me. You being here with me, having community, watching my videos, being nice to each other. I'm good. I want you safe. If everybody did that, took care of themselves as best they can in the right way, took responsibility and were adults, I'm talking about adults here, obviously, then I'm not sure we would have ever gotten into this big of trouble because we wouldn't have allowed it. But that's not where we're at. So what is your New Year's resolution to make you a better person, you a better patriot going into a storm if that's where we're headed? Remember, I have said, if we're going into a storm, who are you going to ride it out with? Because it's going to come. Because it's the ultimate. You've been set up under the ultimate control method, which is an economic collapse or a Great Depression, unlike anything anybody alive has ever seen. Nobody alive has ever seen anything like this. Even if you say, well, my grandmother is still alive and she was a young girl during the Great Depression. Well, honey, the Great Depression she's about to see, should it occur, isn't going to be like 1929 to 1945. Some people try to say that the Great Depression was just through, the height was 32 to 33. Okay, and that it kind of ended by the late 30s. No, it didn't. And for a lot of people, like I've said before in Appalachia, a lot of people just never really came out of it. It was generational. Okay. Like, for example, my Nana, I don't think that they ever truly came out of the Depression until at least the mid to late 50s. True story. So what are you doing about it? Let me tell you what my goals are. Very easy. Staying debt-free as much as possible. I say much as possible because I know not everybody's debt-free. Do the best you can. I would get yourself into a routine of doing something every day to improve something. Walking, stretching, every day you got to do something physical. Not five times a week for 20 minutes. You just get out and do something every day. That's where James and I are, okay? That's what we've committed to. No big deal, whatever that takes. With that, drinking lots of water, eating better, cut something out. You can do it. Easy. Make it easy. Don't make it a big deal. And once you get used to that and you are solid with that, then you can graduate to something else. Start tonight. Right? Tomorrow morning, whatever. In addition to that, the best way for you to be positive is to continue to try to prepare. Folks, the writing's on the wall. I mean, we can debate, is it coming in 25? Is it coming in 27? Is it coming in 2030? A lot of people don't understand that getting yourself physically in check, mentally in check, spiritually in check, that's the biggest enchilada there. And to set yourself up for a hard time can take months, if not years and years and years. We're still doing it, and we've been doing it a long time. But I wanted to drop this off to you. I don't want it to be a doom and gloom as we enter into the new year. Folks, telling you the truth and talking things out and paying attention to what's being said to you, where and when and why, is not doom and gloom. Okay? It's being a responsible adult, and that's the ultimate goal for everybody right now. I believe that Donald Trump is absolutely coming out for whatever reason and is telling you what's a very likely scenario for different reasons. I mean, there's all kinds of variables in that. But I think he's telling you because I think it is at some point going to happen. It has to, unfortunately. Again, the toothpick falls. The can stops somewhere. Okay? And how that gets used and manipulated to control us has yet to be seen. But what are you going to do about it? For you, your world, yourself, your family, your farm. That's what matters. So, with that said, I want to hug you again. I'm praying for all of you. I'm praying for this great nation. I'm praying for leadership. I'm praying for cool, strong minds to prevail. And I'm just absolutely ready for the new year. I'm ready to get on with it. And I think that you are too. And we have to be a strong people together. Guys, keep praying out there. Okay? Everything that we're going through is unbelievable, but you're here for a reason. You were chosen to be here for a reason. You were chosen to do the things that you are. A lot of responsibility falls on you, but that's an honor. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. Be sure to check out that Newsweek article. Just Google it from yesterday. There's probably others as well. And I want to wish you a very, very happy new year. And I want to thank everyone who has been so sweet to us, other fellow content creators, Jeremiah Babe, Pinball, just a lot of a good handful of folks out there that have been really good to not only us personally, but our channel, but also have been very involved in helping others. And that's why we recommend them and we cherish their friendships. Guys, I love you. Have a good, safe night. Happy New Year tomorrow. I'm making chili. I don't do black-eyed peas. I don't like them. I'm sorry. I will do it if I have to. But the tradition around here is a big pot of chili, and that is going to continue. I love you guys so, so much. Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. Godspeed. God bless. All the things. I love you. And I will see you guys in the coming new year. See you then.